I forgot what I was going to answer.
I was going to ask, do you plan to fill in the gap between the two autobiographies you've written?
I don't quite know. I am actually about 3/4 of the way through a book at the moment that I've been writing for 2.5 years, which sort of does that, but it's slightly fictionalised, and it's the discussions you have with publishers that melt my brain, you know, because I don't really want to write just a straight autobiography, because I think it's not that interesting.
The first book was fascinating.
The first book, Thin He Was and Filthy Haired, I'm very proud of that book. I mean, I think it's the best thing I've ever written, and it was horribly honest, and does
it just get boring after that? Is that when you keep writing it up?
No, I don't suppose it does, but I mean, that was a very intense experience, and it was, because it happened like more or less accurately within a calendar year, it kind of made sense to try and record that. And I wrote that when my son was a baby, and you know, to investigate the problems of teenage adolescence, and now he's there. He still hasn't read it. He wants to read it, and I haven't let him read it yet, so I'm going to wait just a little bit longer, because it's just scary when you have a boy that is the same age as I was when I wrote.
You'd be proud of him.
I don't think so. He'd be profoundly ashamed, I'm sure. Just behind that, I'm trying to help you, so we're going round in a big circle.
Hello, Robert.
Hiya.
Can you do some dad dancing for us, please?
Can I do some
dad dancing?
Dad dancing. It's very hard with that music. That's another fatal. Oh, now there's a really interesting story connected with that. Okay, BBC sues YouTube all the time for putting for when people paste up YouTube. You know, they get a bit of Red Dwarf, a bit of Doctor Who, something like that. They put it on YouTube, and the BBC get all shirted and go, "You can't put that up. It's copyrighted." Blah 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 blah. So then I did this long time ago. Did a video to explain what happens to men, hip, cool, trendy men once they have children. And you know, before you have children, you're really cool on the dance floor. You dance really well, and as soon as you have kids, you start dancing. Really crap dancing. So that was the whole point of it. And there was a dad dancing competition in, I think, Bradford, at an art centre in Bradford, and it was covered on North West News, the BBC, and you know, it was the classic sort of regional newspaper. Here at the Bradford Arts Centre, they're doing a dad dancing competition. And then they cut to a clip from YouTube, which featured me explaining what dad dancing was and doing a demonstration. And they used about 3 or 4 minutes of it on the news, on the BBC, without my permission, without the permission of YouTube, copyrighted material, using music that they shouldn't have been allowed to, because I was dancing to Oasis. Very interesting how the BBC operated, and they did apologise through a journalist. They didn't apologise directly to me, because I kind of felt I shouldn't get too shirty with the BBC, I'll never bloody work again, but it was quite an interesting reversal of all the copyright piracy arguments that the BBC have used. Like, let's nick that bloke stuff, we don't need to pay it, it's fine. So that was quite interesting, but anyway, that's what dad dancing was, and I'm rubbish at dad dancing. I need Oasis playing. Do you want to go along the road?